An interesting comment from Colin Powell, who said, "A dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work." It's so obvious, and it's common sense. But I guess, in other words, we can't hope things will happen. We have to make things happen. So last month, we celebrated the 50th anniversary of the historic March on Washington, and it was very touching because my parents were there, and I remember how excited they were when they were young people, getting on that bus in Ohio and taking it all the way to Washington, D.C. with their friends and telling us about it for the last 50 years and what it meant in terms of changing the direction of this country. That massive turnout of human beings converging on those issues was what led to the passage of the Civil Rights Act. It also set the stage for, in addition to the law, the Fair Employment Practices Clause, which prohibited employers and government officials from discriminating against workers on the basis of race, religion, national origin, or gender. The march was a success, but it took sweat and determination and hard work. And it was the most significant show of people power in the 20th century, because it was the people power that moved our government, not the legislators. So for those of you who are in this room, and many of you can look back and list your own personal achievements as part of that movement, people power. It was not easy, and it did take sweat and determination and personal sacrifice. Now, for me, I was raised on that with my parents, who were both activists, and so when I came to California in 1974, I thought that was normal, and that you had to do that. And so, when I got into public service and, ran for the ninth and walked and knocked and talked to people in a way that they hadn't been talked to since Bill Lindsay was in office, and put on my walking shoes and a hat, and even though some people thought that hat was funny, it worked out okay. It was a tough race, but I was willing to sweat. And I wanted to show people that I wasn't afraid of hard work. So why am I talking about these things? I just want to talk about the difficult job that Dr. Moore is trying to do. Dr. Moore wants to bring manufacturing and jobs to our community. Now, as a general manager, I embrace that, and Dr. Moore, I want to commend you for your effort to create jobs. And we need to recognize her and uplift her and all of her allies for that. It's common sense to want to bring jobs for people who want to live near where they work, so they can walk to work, so that they can walk their children to school, and they can buy groceries and take care of their business without having to rely on a car all the time. I know firsthand that a good community can attract more employers, and it makes our city stronger. And Dr. Moore wants to have manufacturing facilities where people who are ex-offenders can find work. Now,
Right.
Many of us know people who've had problems in the past and have decided to reclaim their lives. And most of them want to find employment rather than despair when they return to their community. 7 out of 10 prisoners in California return to jail or prison within 3 years of their release. We have the highest recidivism rate in the nation. And there's a lot of reasons for this. But getting a job and keeping a job makes the potential for people to stay in recovery much easier. Now, Dr. Moore knows what she wants to do. Apparently, she's already gone and found a site. And she knows that the focus will be on woodworking and furniture making. And by the way, Dr. Moore tells me that the site that she has selected is in Council District 8, represented by my good friend, Councilman Bernard Parks. So, Dr. Moore, you have a dream, and you are on a path to make it happen. I know there's been sweat and determination and hard work, as not only do you move forward, but you're bringing everybody along with you. So this morning I spoke to a group of young folks in Watts, and like tonight, I want to offer you words of encouragement to let you know that we are very blessed because we have so many examples of people who have refused to turn around or to turn away. Pioneers, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther King Jr., they have provided the shoulders for us to stand on. And I know that we can look to members of our own families and find those activists there. My parents were activists where I was raised. And, you know, it's funny, the first time Barack Obama ran for president, my mother's 86. She said she never thought she'd live that long. So now she's had to amend that to say, elected, pause, again. And she's still living. And I'm thankful for that. And we need to look in our hearts and our communities to see how we can all contribute to making a difference. When I was in college, I looked around, and I was at USC where I could help. So I helped kids do their homework after school at 28th Street Elementary School. We can all do something, even if it's picking up a broom and sweeping in front of the house or your business or the building next door. And I say the building next door because I know there are a number of small business owners in here, and they've probably taken care of not only their businesses, but the entire block. So let us all lift up our community. Every small thing adds up. If you believe you can, it will happen. And I want to close this evening again by giving a heartfelt acknowledgement to all of you, and a special one to Dr. Moore on the goal that she has set for her community. Join her and be prepared to sweat and to show determination and do the work to reach the goal. Thank you very much and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Certificate of Achievement awarded to the Honorable Jan Perry, the 21st day of September in the year 2013, as a community healer. Dr. Sandra Moore, Ms. Pat McCoy, L. Marshall Moultrie. We thank you. Now it's that time of the evening. Dinner is served.
All right.
And while you're enjoying a wonderful meal this evening, you will hear music by DJ Kevy Kev.
Okay, we get to take a break, huh?